Hi, this is Tiffany Stefanesco with X-Time Performance Management. Welcome to the April Quick Tip video. Media is huge when it comes to ROs, as well as closing on those recommendations. Let's take a peek at some best practices and also things to watch out for while filming these videos in the shop. First video we're going to look at is an example of a video that you want to try to avoid. And we'll kind of go through why after we watch it, but let's take a peek.
So we did check all the parts of your steering and suspension. We didn't find anything wrong with any of those components, but we may recommend resurfacing rotors just to be safe.
Okay, so kind of gave you an overview of the underneath of the car, but if I'm a customer, I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. In addition, there was a recommendation made at the end, but it never truly showed the why or the where. So let's take a peek of an example of a good video that shows the why and the where and ultimately ends up in a closed additional service recommendation.
Hello, this is Doug Kennedy, your technician at Bright Valley Motors, doing your inspection on your 2000 Chevy Blazer. We inspected underneath the vehicle, looking at your front brake pads. They have about 8 millimeters of thickness on both sides. This is your front right tire. It's approaching yellow. It has 7/30 seconds, which is still good. Moving to the rear of the vehicle, the right rear. This is your right rear tire, and it has roughly 8/30 seconds, which is good.
So as you can see, just on those small clips of each video, that second one is a lot easier to follow. You're seeing the measurements firsthand. And then if those tires were in the red, you'd be able to actually see it on the tool that the technician's using, building that trust, and also making the customer feel a part of that inspection process. One thing that we've come up with is basically a little spreadsheet for technicians to use because we get it. It's a change in the environment. It's a change in, the expectations of a technician. And never before have they been required to video themselves or an inspection. So what we're trying to give them is a guide to go by to try to make it as effective and efficient as possible. So as you work your way down, it kind of just goes through the steps and inspect. So finding that RO in dispatch mode, reviewing the customer history and accepting it, going ahead in and completing the walk around, making sure we're marking all items as red, yellow, and green. But then as they're finding those additional service recommendations, capturing those photos and videos of what the customer needs done so they can then share it with the customer. And then lastly, recording the video inspection on every single RO. Have the technician introduce themselves, explain their findings, first focusing on the initial concerns and then shifting gears into additional service recommendations. And then as you go down through this worksheet or this handout, it does have a script that they can follow. And the beauty of this is it makes sure that every technician's using the same or similar dialect when they're going through it, and it's a streamlined process across the entire shop. That's all we have for this month. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your performance manager and they will be happy to help.